We've been needing buckets in Detroit for I don't know how long. Cade was the start, and I love Cade because he can distribute.
Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. And this is the best sports podcast there is. Now, man, June 27, 2022, it's your boy birthday and everything, man. We got a great episode, though. The Detroit Pistons and the NBA draft. The Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield. Like, man, I don't even know where to start. But actually, I do. Of course, I do. But look, man, we kicking it off right here. Look, so first things first. I know it's a lot going on. Everybody working hard. I'm working hard, crazy on this podcast, everything. You know, one-man band, do it all, do everything. Instagrams, all of that. And you do the same thing. You know, you on the run right here with me. You going to work, you getting ready for work, you putting in work, whatever you doing, however you're listening, you know, that's what we about. That's why you're on the run, because that's what we are about. You know, we're about working hard and getting things done. And I say all of that to say, you know, things don't get done in one day. You know, you can't work hard for 4 days and then on the fifth day, you like all of a sudden, boom, it's good. It's good. Oh, the results are done. We're done. We don't have to work no more. Everything's all settled, taken care of. It is not like that in anything. Whether you're trying to get rid of a dad body, whether you're trying to, you know, get your business going, the podcast, you know, whatever the case is, it's going to take time. My pops once told me as a young boy, you know, if you want something sustainable, it's going to take time regardless of what you do. But look, I say all of that to say the NBA draft. You know, the NBA draft just happened. Many teams expect to go from bums to second seed, but that's just not how it works unless you're the Detroit Pistons. Unless you're the Detroit Pistons. Look, obviously we had a hell of a draft night. We had a top 5 pick. And we also made some trades and got number 13 as well. We made some trades, got Kemba Walker, and cleared some cap space. So to just give a quick recap of some of the players and, you know, what went down. So we picked at number 5. And then we got involved into a 3-team trade, which gave us the number 13 pick. We did a 3-team trade with the Hornets and the Knicks. Haha, poor Knicks, I'll tell you. But yeah, we got number 13, and then we also got Kemba Walker. But we didn't give up anything, which is the amazing part, but a 2025 draft pick. But we got something great in return, which was the ability to be good now. I put it that way. So Kemba is going to clear up cap space at number 5. We took Jaden Ivey, and then at number 13, we took Jalen Duren, which is a big man. But ultimately, as I've been saying for some years, this is what it comes down to. The Pistons have finally succeeded at what we've been needing for decades. For decades, man. We've been needing buckets in Detroit for I don't know how long. Cade was the start, and I love Cade because he can distribute, he can get a bucket, and he can control the game at his young age. In year 1, we've seen him control the game in great ways. A lot of times, from what I've seen, better than some of these other point guards in the league who are in year 4, 5, and 6. So I love Cade, and now that we're getting him more and more buckets, oh man, I love it. I love it because Jaden Ivey, a straight bucket. This guy is a bucket getter. He was at Purdue and he was going bucket for bucket in Purdue. And of course, you know, the numbers don't always show it when you look at the stats, but that's just what happened. And then you look at Jalen Duren. He's a big man. He's going to control the paint, and we still got Isaiah Stewart to help him control the paint down there. So it's going to be great for this young core in Detroit. And I love it. I love it because way when we had Blake Griffin, Drummond, and, you know, we've been riding for some time. Just clap it up for yourselves. First off, if you're a Detroit Pistons fan, just clap it up for yourself because I love it. I love it. We've been riding for some time now. And the problem has always been we need buckets. When we had Stan Van Gundy, it was we don't have any buckets. Our best bucket getter was Reggie Jackson. And then after that, they tried to turn Andre Drummond into a bucket getter. Like, come on now. So I love the fact that, you know, we're not struggling to find players who can get a bucket and score the ball, put the ball in the hoop. Because now it really increases our chances. Of course, this is very dramatic, but you got to brace it. And I only bring this up because we got a phone call last week toward our show for the callers on Thursday, and I was asked, when do you think the Pistons can finally win a championship? At what time do you think this is it? The Pistons will actually win a championship this year. They may get it this time. I don't know when. That was the question I received on the call. And I said around 2028 at its earliest. I said 2032, we'll be back relevant. We'll be doing our thing, but 2028 at the earliest. And this is really highlighting that 2028, maybe a 2026. Of course, I'm pushing it. I'm a chill though. I'm a chill. But we got to develop. And I say that because now it makes it more realistic. I put it that way. It just makes that whole 2028 vision much more realistic. I'm not saying we're going to win a championship today or tomorrow, next season. None of that. But these young guys, if they stay together, we kept Cade, we kept Sadiq Bey, who's another bucket on the wing. Hold on, one more time. I don't think you heard me. We kept Cade Cunningham. We kept Sadiq Bey, who's another bucket himself. We still got Marvin Bagley, who's a bucket, and he's been proving himself last season that he can score the ball inside out and play cleanup, man. We still got Isaiah Stewart, who's a great big man, can play cleanup and can control the paint. And now you add the young guys. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. You add the young guys, Jaden Ivey, he's been giving buckets. So, man, it's going to be nice. And these guys just have to continue to stay together and develop. And if they stay together and develop, we will be all right, regardless of the competition going on in the Eastern Conference. Because, hey, man, they can develop all they want to. The East can get sweet. They can have players. But we'll have something more durable, and we'll have a team. We'll have a unit. We'll have one combined team full of bucket getters and role players and people and pieces that play their role on the team to help us be great. So it's going to be sweet. It's going to be great to watch. I can't wait for these young guys to develop over time. And man, just know, all the way from Detroit to Chicago, but I'm going to be heading back to Detroit for some games. I put it that way. But yeah, man, it's going to be nice. These young guys got to stay together. And we're going to take a quick break. And then we got the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield coming up in just a second. So stick with us. We'll take a quick break and we will be right back. Now, just because you're busy doesn't mean you got to be stressed. I'm crazy busy right there with you, but it can be easier. Next time you're on a run, just make it more fun and listen to The Run with Manny Wilson.
Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run, the Manny Wilson podcast.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson. As I mentioned before, man, the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield. Now, look, man, the Cleveland Browns. Oh, my gosh. I swear, when LeBron left Cleveland, he took everything that was good with him. Some may say that's true. Some may say that's bad. But damn it, Cleveland, man, they've been struggling with no LeBron in all aspects of sports and football and basketball and baseball. Like, oh, my goodness, man. So, look, the Cleveland Browns, though, to sum it up really quick, Baker Mayfield, he may have an opportunity to actually play this season. And it may be with his same team, the Cleveland Browns. So earlier in the offseason, the Cleveland Browns, they acquired Deshaun Watson, who's a great quarterback for the Texans. And despite him having multiple pending sexual assault charges, the Browns still intended to play him this season. But that may change because now the NFL are talking about suspending him either indefinitely or for the season. So with that being said, now they look to the next quarterback, the next guy in line. If you're a GM or if you're the owner or if you're a coach, you have to move forward. Again, this is a business at the end of the day. Yeah, these guys are all athletes. They get paid plenty of money. But at the end of the day, It's a business. So now this guy, Baker Mayfield, who was the former starter, can potentially get his spot back because he's the second string. So what this means, man, now people are wondering too, why Baker Mayfield wasn't traded, why he didn't get any love with any other teams. And just for this very reason right here is the fact. There's multiple. But and just for this episode right now, I'll give this first one to kick it off. And then I'll give you the other reasons as well, because obviously you cannot possibly just avoid and just not hear everything that's going around about your potential starting quarterback, Deshaun Watson. You have to be all ears when you hear about him allegedly having these sexual assault charges and possibly being suspended and facing the consequences of his actions. Like, you can't just possibly ignore that as a head coach. So that's one reason right there of why they were like, okay, let's keep Baker Mayfield. Let's just hold him down. We're not going to trade him. We're not going to send him anywhere. We're going to make sure we can get this all cleared up first before we even move on. That's reason number one right there. The other reason is because Baker Mayfield, he is really thriving off of his potential right now. Any other interest, any other thing that's going on in terms of possibly acquiring Baker Mayfield with any other team is solely based off his interest in his potential to continue to play on in the NFL. Because you look back in 2019 when he had a loaded offense. When I tell you a loaded offense, I mean Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Nick Chubb, great running back, Kareem Hunt, great running back, can do it all. Like, he had a hell of an offense on this end, but he still somehow ranked number 14 in passing yards for his best throwing season, actually. Out of his 4 years in the NFL, his best throwing season, yeah, he had the offensive weapons, but he ranked 14th in passing with 3,827 yards. And there's more. There's more. So stick with me. He was second in interceptions thrown with 21 interceptions, right behind Jameis Winston, who set his own personal record of 30 interceptions. And then again, on top of all of that, the Cleveland Browns finished 6-10. So they didn't do anything when they had this loaded roster. They had all of these great players, great running backs, okay offensive line, but they had weapons. That's the ultimate thing that you need to take away from here is they had weapons. Baker Mayfield wasn't out there just throwing to the guy who works behind the desk at the grocery store. He wasn't throwing to the car salesman at Ford. He wasn't throwing to the analyzer guy on TV. He was throwing to actually great athletes, future Hall of Famers like this. And he was handing the ball off to future Hall of Famers, but somehow he still could not get his team to win games or whatever the case is. Now, you can blame the coach. You can blame Baker Mayfield. You can blame OBJ. You can blame the running backs, injuries. It does not matter. Ultimately, he did not get his team to win, and people take note of that in the NFL. You notice when a guy has a great team, but yet can't pull off any wins. It's just something you cannot avoid because you give almost any other quarterback, this type of roster in this team, and they thrive. Some of these quarterbacks are put in situations where they have no other choice but to thrive. There's quarterbacks who have bad teams, bad personnel, no offensive line at all, and they're just waiting to get one good receiver, not three or not two. One good receiver, one good running back, and they can make things shake. So it's tough. I think that's definitely another reason why Baker Mayfield is not going anywhere. But ultimately, it's starting to form. We can't really expect him to go anywhere, especially when he may be playing from a starter position the rest of this 2022 football season. It's going to be interesting to see, though, with the Cleveland Browns. No one really sets high expectations for them, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they can do and what they can pull together because they don't have an all-star roster anymore anyway outside of their quarterback. So that'll be great to see. But no, man, I appreciate you hanging with me today. Man, it's been a great weekend. I should say that. I had a great week. Enjoy the week and make sure you guys finish strong whatever you do, man. Again, hard work does not pay off after 4 or 5 days. You just got to keep pushing through it, man. This is the run. So, I expect you to be running with me, taking care of business on your own as well, man. We going to all accomplish everything we want to together while you're on this run. You can play me on the run while you're doing things, while you're working hard, all of that. But ultimately, we definitely will be on this run together, especially if you're kicking it with me week after week, day after day, all of that, man. But hey, Be sure to follow me on Instagram at The Run Podcast. Follow the Instagram page for The Run Podcast as well, at The Run Podcast. And my personal is at I am Manny Wilson. You can check us out on there. Look at the clips. Look at any post-game recaps, big deals. We always doing some sort of recap on there. We're very active on the Instagram pages, so be sure to follow us on there. And hey, man, we will be back later on this week on Thursday. And this is July 4th weekend. So, yeah, we'll be back. But, hey, man, y'all have a great week. Finish strong and tap in with us on Thursday. We'll be back, and so on and so on and so on.